And also this witness list that they're now reporting on, all these celebrities in Hollywood who's going to witness for Blake Lively. Fake news. Hi and welcome to Flossom Talk. I'm Shashti Floor, journalist, Hollywood truth teller, and your voice of reason in a town built on delusion. First of all, thanks for all the feedback from my new studio. I am still working on it. It's not going to end up being just like this. I'm planning some things around here, so please stay tuned. So the false reporting on Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's legal feud never ends. I'm so surprised every single day when there's something new happening in this case. The media reports falsely on it. So as I said earlier this week, there were headlines everywhere that Blake Lively had won and Justin Baldoni had missed a deadline. And then all of a sudden, when after Brian Friedman came out and said and explained the situation and said, he didn't miss any deadlines. He just didn't amend the complaint so he could appeal later. After that statement, some of the outlets were quietly just correcting their articles, and now they've done it again. As I said yesterday, Blake Lively is asking for $650 million in damages, including her punitive damages. Today, the headlines are everywhere that Blake Lively is seeking $161 million in damages. So yeah, we have to talk about that. And also this witness list that they're now reporting on, all these celebrities in Hollywood who's going to witness for Blake Lively. Fake news. Also, Jamie Heath has responded to Blake's motion for sanctions. As you know, she wanted to punish him for not showing her the entire video of his wife giving birth to their child. There's a lot of misunderstandings here and things have been twisted in so many directions. And finally here, we have the real story. And it makes Blake look terrible. Also, we have to talk about the Stranger Things premiere that happened yesterday. As I reported earlier this week, Millie Bobby Brown had accused her co-star David Harbour of harassing and bullying her on set, and it was an investigation that lasted for a month. Daily Mail did the whole story on it. And yesterday they showed up smiling, laughing, and hugging on the red carpet together, and everyone's like, what's going on here? And guess who was there to explain this mess? Ryan Reynolds, BFF. Okay, so let's just go through some of these articles and all the lies that they're spreading out there. This is crazy to me, and I'm starting to think, are they just really lazy journalists? They see one outlet reporting on something, and then they just copy and paste whatever's been said in that article, or are they in the pocket of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds here? So all of these outlets, Page Six, Deadline, Variety, Daily Mail, and People Magazine, reported that Blake Lively is seeking $161 million in damages. That is not correct. If you actually continue reading this document, you will see that she's also asking 3 times that amount in punitive damages. And then you have to add that amount on top of these damages of the $161 million that she's asking. So that equals 3 times $161 million is $483 million that you add to the 161, which is about $644 million, roughly $650 million. Why is no one reporting that? Well, it doesn't make Blake seem as greedy when she's only asking $161 million instead of $650 million. So it's more believable that she's just seeking justice than she's just being really greedy. And it's funny how this Deadline article is phrasing this. They're saying that she's only claiming $161 million, and then they're saying all of which is a long, long way from Baldoni's now dismissed $400 million countersuit. Well, first of all, it is a lot more than he asked. And secondly, it's not Baldoni's countersuit. There were a lot of plaintiffs in that countersuit, not only Justin Baldoni. It was Jamie Heath, It Ends With Us Movie LLC, The Wayfarer Studios LLC, Melissa Nathan, Jennifer Abel, and Steve Sarowitz. If they were to split 400 million, that would be a lot less than even what Blake Lively is claiming according to Deadline, which they say is 161, but in reality, it's 650. And then another lie is served to us by the media. So this list that I spoke about, I think it's 4 or 5 days ago, about this list that I am on, which is a list of people with probable knowledge to the situation, either what happened at the set of It Ends With Us or the smear campaign. Now the media is twisting this and saying that all these celebrities are on the witness list. It's completely false. But before we get into that, I really wanted to thank the sponsor of this video, Honeylove. Okay, so you guys know that I only partner with brands that I really love, and Honeylove is one of them. I cannot tell you enough how soft this material is. And they're not only comfortable, they also are pretty. They have this beautiful lining here. And because there's no wires poking or no straps slipping, and it gives such a perfect support, you can use them for your daily wear, but also as a sports bra. This weekend I was wearing mine when I was up in Big Bear hiking, where we were going out for dinner afterwards. So you don't want to wear a sports bra all day. And it's just perfect for occasions like that. With all the holidays coming up, with travel, family dinners, and parties, you want to feel confident as well as comfortable. For me, I have to admit, comfort is more and more important. Their shapewear never rolls down, and the new Cloud Embrace bra feels like literally you are wearing a cloud on your skin. Treat yourself or someone you love to Honeylove this holiday season, and right now you can save 20% if you go to honeylove.com/Kjersti, Kjersti, my name. So just use my exclusive link, honeylove.com/Kjersti, to grab your discount. After your purchase, they might ask where you heard about them, so please support my channel by saying that I sent you. Celebrate this season by feeling confident and comfortable with Honeylove. Okay, so let's get back into all this misinformation that's out there right now. So this list that I spoke about earlier this week, where Taylor Swift is mentioned, Gigi Hadid is mentioned, Hugh Jackman is mentioned, Emily Blunt is mentioned, among others, Scooter Braun is mentioned, I am mentioned, Candace Owens is mentioned. There's a lot of people on that list. I think I read somewhere that there's 100 people on that list. And this list was filed back in July the first time, when both parties had to show a list of people that they thought could have knowledge to the situation, either what happened on the set of It Ends With Us or this alleged smear campaign. Now the media is twisting this around to make it sound like all these people are on Blake Lively's witness list. They can't witness in this case. Most of them haven't been subpoenaed, and Discovery is closed. Discovery closed on September 30th. So for any of these people, including me, to witness for Blake Lively in this case, the judge would have to reopen Discovery so that people on both sides could depose people on this list. It's never going to happen. And as I said, these people have been on this list for months. It's just that right now, the judge unsealed this list so that the public could see the names on the list. So when People Magazine, E! News, Deadline, and all these similar outlets are saying that Taylor Swift and others will testify, that is just a misleading spin. This document never said that these are potential witnesses even. It just said that these are people that we think might have knowledge to the situation. So why did they plant this story? I think it's planted, yes. And the reason for that is so that all these celebrities, these big names, could be associated with Blake Lively. And so people would read it and think like, wow, she got the support of all these major stars. She must be right. It's funny because I was looking at the article that People Magazine published first. So when you look at Google search and you see the article that People Magazine first published, it hasn't been corrected in Google search yet because Google search is lagging a little bit after anything's been updated in the article. So here it says that Taylor Swift, Emily Blunt, Gigi Hadid are named in unsealed legal docs in Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's legal war. Then they updated the article and explained why Taylor Swift, Emily Blunt, Gigi Hadid, blah, 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 are named in these legal docs. Then they actually added a source here who says that this is not a new list. This was for discovery. It's a basic part of the process as you head into discovery. They are not witnesses. Both parties were required to create such a list as part of the discovery process. Lawyers and legal expert Gregory Dahl, a partner at Dahl, Amir and LE in Los Angeles, who is not involved in the case, adds that over-inclusion is common legal strategy in early filings. So yeah, again, a non-story that the media is spinning. It's so obvious how these stories are getting fed to them and they just eating them up without checking any of the facts themselves. I wonder if any of these journalists have actually looked at any legal court documents that they're reporting on. I don't think so. Some of them I will give the benefit of the doubt and say that they're just lazy journalists. Anyway, Jamie Heat has now responded to that birthing video. Remember we spoke about that not too long ago? She wanted Jamie Heat to be punished by the judge for not giving her the entire birthing video that she claims that she had seen other parts of than what he actually gave them. So now Jamie Heat is clearing things up here, and it says here that that birthing video that Blake Lively was shown was not from the actual birth. It was after his wife had given birth, meaning that it was her and Jamie and their newborn baby laying in a bathtub together. That's what Blake Lively calls corn. I can't say that word here. He also says here that he would never keep a video on his phone of his wife actually giving birth, which makes a lot of sense to me, as he's pointing out here, what if it ends up in the wrong hands? Or what if it is shared with the entire world, which is what Blake Lively wants to do here. They're also saying that Blake never really asked for more of this footage. When they sent her this video, she accepted it. And she never claimed that this wasn't the video she was shown. And as you know, in her previous motion, she's also asking the judge to not let Jamie Heat testify about this video. She wants him to be silenced so the jury can only hear her version of this story. And another thing is here, legally, they never asked, there was never a court order saying that he's had to turn over every birthing videos of his child so that Blake Lively could cherry pick a moment that she could share with the jury to make it seem like she was showed something inappropriate and disturbing. And they're also pointing out here that Blake Lively has given birth to 4 children herself. So if she finds a birthing video in general very disturbing, that doesn't make much sense. Friedman also says here that there is a pattern here. Every time Blake doesn't get the evidence she wants, she runs back to court asking for extreme sanctions to make it look like she's being wronged. So true. This is what she does. She's creating this illusion for the public to make it seem like Baldoni and the Wayfair team are hiding things, they're hiding evidence, and they refuse to give up the things she's asking for. As I said before, I feel so sorry for Jamie Heath's wife here. This is her most personal moment. I can't even imagine the idea of having to give up a video where you're giving birth to your child because someone wants to use it against you in court to get $650 million from it. It's disgusting. I really hope the judge is going to do the right thing here and that he also realizes that this is just another PR stunt to keep her harassment story alive. Okay, enough about Blake Lively. Let's get to this Stranger thing because it's very strange. So yesterday, it was the premiere of Stranger Things. And as I reported on earlier this week, Millie Bobby Brown had filed complaints about her co-star David Harbour to Netflix, and they investigated that for over a month. And it was a long story in the Daily Mail about it. A lot of outlets picked it up. And everyone was really curious what was going to happen at the big premiere yesterday, because it's the big premiere of season 5, the final season of Stranger Things, the biggest TV show ever on Netflix. And to everyone's big surprise, Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour were posing together, laughing, joking around, looking like they'd never been better friends ever. So this is really weird. Now I'm wondering, who leaked that story and why? Why did that story come out right before the Netflix premiere? I don't think it could be from her team, because yesterday she was really playing along. Also, you have to remember, these people are actors, so they know how to act and show a different feeling from what they're feeling inside. So I don't think her team leaked that, and obviously not David Harbour. He wouldn't leak that. And I don't think David Harbour's ex-wife, Lily Allen, would leak it, because I think they're on okay terms, even though she just released that entire album about him and how he broke the rules of their open marriage. Anyway, they were even asked on the red carpet about this.
I obviously have a really special bond with David because we have a father-daughter relationship, and we do every scene together.
Yeah.
And you'll really get to see that, in season 5. It's been so special to have him along the journey for me. Winona, the kids.
I adore her, and I've been proud to watch all of them grow up and become such great artists. I doubt it'll be the last time we'll see each other in this world or work together, and it's great that there could be fresh opportunities to do that in different ventures.
And then the Hollywood Reporter got hold of Ryan Reynolds' BFF, Sean Levy, who is directing and the executive producer of this season. And they asked him about the feud, and he said this.
News of a complaint between two stars on this show broke this week. How do you handle something like that on set and make sure everyone feels safe and respected?
Well, you just answered the question. I mean, at the end of the day, that's the job. You have to create a respectful workplace where everyone feels comfortable and safe. And so we did everything to build that environment. And we're proud of the fact that we did so. And I've read a bunch of stories, and they range from wildly inaccurate to, there's so much noise around it. But the truth is that we view this crew and this cast as family, and so we treat each other with respect, and that's always been bedrock.
Yeah, that is a lot of word salad. I guess he learned some from Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. This is what they're experts at, never answering the question, which is what Sean Levy did here. He didn't answer this question. And also he emphasized here, the truth is, when you have to say the truth is, I feel like you have to say that this is not a lie. Why do you have to say that? But the truth is that we view this crew and cast as family, and so we treat each other with respect, and that's always been bedrock. Well, it hasn't, because Millie Bobby Brown filed this complaint to the studio or to Netflix. So according to her, there hasn't been respect there. In that Daily Mail article, it said that there were pages of allegations from Millie Bobby Brown, and that they investigated the claims for months. It also said that Lily Allen, David Harbour's ex-wife, was really supportive of him. Today, Daily Mail spoke to a body language expert who's looking at the body language between Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour. I think that if this wasn't true, they would come out and say something about it, but they're not denying anything. So this to me just proves how good actors they are. So to sum up what the body language expert is saying here, she's saying that a lot of the photos and videos of Brown and Harbour shows that the young actress was bursting out in laughter and sometimes described as overkill. Exactly. She was so happy to be around him. She was joking around and laughing, and it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, let me know what you think. I think there's been a lot of crisis meetings before this premiere, and they sat down the actors and were like, please act like nothing's going on here. This final season of the The show is so important to us. So please just act like nothing's going on here. Again, gaslighting the public, and we're sitting here like, hey, what happened? Are these friends now? This never happened. No one's apparently speaking the truth here. Yeah, I don't believe anyone here now. And as I said, I really wonder who leaked this and why they leaked it now, because it's not something that happened recent. It happened before they started shooting season 5, which is a while back. It's probably over a year ago. So yeah. Anyway, before I go, I wanted to tease the episode that I'm releasing on Sunday. It is an exclusive interview with Richard Feddick, who is a photographer, a paparazzo who was involved in an accident with Ryan Reynolds. Or that's how the media explained it back then. He's opening up here on my channel to talk about what really went on and how his story has so many similarities to what's happening to Justin Baldoni.
What they're doing to Justin right now, they did to me back in 2015. It's unbelievable. Do they not have a conscience? It's just mind-blowing the way they fabricate things to destroy people's lives. You know, Ryan has, police, he has a mayor, he has, other government people behind him. They wanted to put me in jail. In total, I probably lost $250,000.
Yes, please log on to see this interview on Sunday. I will be releasing it at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So wherever you are in the world, I think you'll be able to see it straight away. And of course, I really hope that people can support him and spread the word. I think his story needs to be out there. It's so disturbing what they did to him. Anyways, thanks for watching, you guys. I really appreciate all of your support. And again, please subscribe. I see half the views I have from people watching my show are not subscribed. So check if you've been unsubscribed as well, and hit the notification bell to never miss an episode of Floss and Talk. And I'll see you soon. Bye.